I tell you, there we go. It's like being in a New York... Are you New York Yankees fans?
No, Frankie isn't.
No? Frankie, what are you?
Mets.
You're Mets.
New York
The Mets. The Mets.
I've got two Mets. I've got two Mets hats.
Okay. I've got a Mets hat, actually. Frankie gets Mets.
Because New York Yankees are like Man United, really, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had a partnership for a while, too.
Yeah.
Yankees don't stink.
Enough. It's not about baseball, it's about FUBAR. And it's also about the fannies, the match awards, which I personally love. And I hope you've all voted. If you haven't watched this nonsense before, then I commend you to our website, which is the chelseafancast.com. And if you look at fannies, you'll find a whole list. Every week, we nominate the Yanks are laughing. They think I'm talking rear ends. I'm not. This term was actually invented by the Yanks, funnily enough, the fannies. Anyway, so you can go and vote. Man of the match, chant of the match, Guinness moment, which is a moment of wonderful, sublime flair, or celery moment, which is a wonderful moment of nonsense or silliness. chelseafancast.com/the fannies, the hyphen fannies. There we go. Right, now, we're going to start off with the man of the match for the Stoke game. And interesting selection. I nominated these. Chidge has done a bit of a weird one here. But Willian clearly has to get a nomination this week. And I thought he was really, really fabulous. He pulled the strings. He has so much energy. He scored an absolutely superb worldie of a goal, and I think he fully deserves to be nominated. But Mr. Salah, Mo Salah, I thought he was brilliant too. Scored a goal, made a goal. What more do you want?
Do you want an answer?
Not really.
No, I want anything else. I was happy.
I'm kind of looking at you lovingly, Darren.
I was happy with his performance. Of course, there's nothing to want from him.
I don't think he was as good as Willian. I think Willian...
No, well, we'll see. We'll see what the people say. He scored a cracking goal, as I said. Now, listen, I've got a weird nomination here, because basically what always happens when I get to the list of three is that whoever else I nominate, it always then ends up as the third choice will either be Nemanja Matic, or Cesar Azpilicueta.
I was going to mention those two.
Or Gary Cahill. And I'm fed up. I'm fed up with having this, because they're so blooming consistent. How dare they?
That's what I said earlier.
They're so consistent.
JT's not been given
Do you know what I've done? I've nominated the whole defence.
That's good. I like that.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's clever.
I thought so.
Yeah.
They will nominate Matic as well, then.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I thought that was a great idea. So the nominations this week are Willian, Mo Salah and the defence, which are, as they say in France, la défense.
Yeah, they do.
They do. It's a very horrible building, but there we go. So there we go. That's our nominations. Now, I would love to hear what Darren has to say first. Who have you voted for?
Mo Salah.
Darren has voted for Mo Salah. Dr. Mark, what have you voted for?
Well, I was going to vote for Matic, but he's not there. So I'll give it to Willian, because that shot that he did, there was no backlift on that at all. Keeper didn't see it coming at all.
No.
Yeah, and what have you gone for, JK?
Well, I'm going to vote for the defence, because I think they've been hard done by this year. And I think they've been magnificent. Since that the time when we were leaking goals and Jose said, we can go back to the basics of being the defence. I think that's exactly what he did, and I think they've been
So you're voting
terrific.
for the defence. You like that, don't you?
I love it.
All right, OK. Benches, very quickly from you lovely, wonderful people.
Salah for me. Thought he had a great game.
You're all nodding Salah, yeah? Willian or Salah?
Frankie, have you answered?
The defence.
Especially
Dave, that Azpilicueta.
Thanks.
Right, I'm loving seeing Frankie again tonight.
Thanks.
It's a shame I didn't see Frankie in the pub on Saturday. It'd be nice to have seen him in the pub on Saturday. Where were you drinking?
We were in Goose before and Turner Flower afterwards.
I was in the Pelican afterwards. Yes.
I cycled past and Chid shouted out to me from the Pelican.
For various reasons. I'll tell you later.
Not interested.
Anyway, now I've got breaking news. I have the result.
Oh.
It's flashed into my ear just as I was going off on a tangent.
That's phenomenal.
In third place.
This
is going to really upset you.
The defence.
0%.
Oh,
not one vote.
What? Now Frankie's disappointed as well.
Yeah. All you people out there who didn't vote for the defence, Frankie's going to be
come on, guys.
sorting you out.
Come on.
In second place, Willian. 41%.
No.
Yeah. And in first place...
It's not Salah, is it?
The man... Yeah. Oh. So, man of the match. No, that's Willian, mate. There we go. Man of the match, Mo Salah on 59%. How about those apples? So there you go. There we go. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that the defence didn't get a vote, but I'm not surprised by Salah. I personally voted for Willian, so I'm a bit,
So if I had voted, I would have voted Salah, but I'm glad he won.
Retribution will be made. Now, OK, our next fanny is Chant of the Match, of course. Now, there were some interesting ones today. Ross actually tipped me the wink on a few of these, although one of them I actually did. In fact, I'll tell you who I voted for. which is Ashley Cole's won the European Cup. I mean, not least because when Ashley Cole came on, there was a lovely warm cheer.
Wasn't it lovely? Wonderful feeling for him, yeah. And he's a great player.
He is a great player, and he's a legend, man.
And he's got a massive future at the club as a winger. I thought he was brilliant.
I thought as a midfield player, funnily enough. I thought he's come on midfield. Yeah.
It was interesting. But I did like the Ashley Cole's won the European Cup, the European Cup, the European Cup. So I liked a bit of that. I also, I tell you what else I liked. I didn't really hear this, because I'm a bit too far away from the shed end, who I presume were responsible for it. But because we were all singing in the Matthew Harding game when Frankie scored, Super Frankie Lampard, as you would expect. But of course the shed end do like to sing Frankie Lampard. Oh, Frankie Lampard scored 200 against the. I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
Pikeys.
Yeah, as in the fish.
No, you can't say that word.
The fish.
So what is the tune for that one?
Frankie Lampard. Frankie Lampard. Anyway,
Frankie Lampard.
Enough.
It's a bit tuneless, that one.
So basically, the shed end like that, and I think that's worth a nomination. The last one I'm going to go for is there was a lovely, resounding Carefree towards the end of the match.
Oh, the whole ground, yeah.
I liked a bit of that.
I think even the Stoke fans joined in, actually.
Oh, really good.
Other than my area, where we were all reading our newspapers.
Do they have like you know when you go to a posh club?
Yeah.
And they have like a velvet kind of rope.
Yeah, they do.
You've got a velvet rope around where you sit.
And we have those sticks in the newspapers as well, so that we don't have to actually bother about making much effort.
Do you all have to wear?
No,
do you all have to wear smoking jackets?
I wear a deerstalker.
And a little hat.
Yeah, deerstalker. And a cape.
A little hat with a tassel.
I want to join this club. I like the idea of this. I like this.
You must, and we get the steward taps us on the shoulder and says, "Excuse me, sir, the Blue Boys have scored."
Okay, I have a feeling I know where you sit. I think I've got a vague idea, and I've got.
I know where you sit. I know.
I know where you sit.
I know where you live. I've got a great story about this. Me and Martin, Phil, and a few of the other boys, we went to the Youth Cup semi-final one year, and we got a bit battered in the pub before. And they hadn't really opened much of the stadium, so basically they'd only opened the East Stand, and we kind of wandered around and got hideously lost, and then ended up basically
in a good way.
And you found yourself in my seat.
I did. They're really posh, and it's like a little area, and basically
there's a little rail around
the top shelf, the middle shelf of the East Stand.
And all of the Man City youth players. Families were there, and of course we were a bit battered, so we were like going mental.
And you were ejected.
We were
absolutely correct.
Half time, we were told to go and sit somewhere else.
Absolutely correct.
We only got in there because we went to find a toilet.
All right, enough of this. We need some voting, Darren.
Ashley Cole's won
the European Cup. Smart.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Yeah, 2 out of 2.
I'm afraid not to be contrary. I agree with you.
Okay, 3 out of 3. And that's what I went for, so we're unanimous. I'd love to know, whilst somebody in my ear tells me who really has one, I'd love to know what the benches have had to say about this.
I'm a bit of a sucker for Carefree myself. I would have voted for that one.
Ashley Cole for me. Shows what respect he's got from us at the club.
Ashley Cole.
It was a great moment, wasn't it, benches? Brilliant. Absolutely agree.
Ashley Cole swung song.
Well, there we go. So kind of mixed, but yeah, all right. Well, okay, I can reveal exclusively. It's live on Chelsea FanCast. It's exclusive.
Yeah.
I know what the vote is.
No.
I'm not waffling for time. I've already got it. I'm just teasing
phenomenal.
you. I'm playing with you.
Chidge, that is phenomenal.
Shall I tell you what it is?
You tease.
Okay,
can I just say that Chidge is going to say what it is?
You're going to do it in reverse order?
I reckon Carefree came third.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it is, Jonathan?
I think Carefree, yes, I can.
We did that last week.
Can you say what it is yet?
No. We did that last.
No, not that one.
All right, okay. In third place, we've got Carefree on 11%. And in second place, Frankie Lampard on 31%, which means that I get my way. And with 58%, Ashley Cole's won the European Cup. Yes! Brilliant.
One day, Chidge, will you teach me how to vote on these things?
Yeah, very easy. You go to the website, you go to the address I told you, homepage, the fannies, have a look. We've got.
Try and get in that, don't I?
See, it's very easy.
Yeah.
You'll
teach me one day.
I will.
Sure.
Right, next up, we've got the Guinness moment, and of course, that is for a moment of brilliance and beauty and skill and flair. Some people who watch soccer here might call it techers, Darren.
Yep.
What does techers mean?
That's what Willian had.
It's the one Helen Chamberlain says words like bant. What's the bant like instead of banter? Yeah. They just try to make everything too we're down with the youth.
Unbelievable techers!
They've got quite
awful, isn't it?
Bad now because they try too hard to. Helen Chamberlain's probably about 60 years old now, and she still pretends she's about 15. So I don't watch it anymore. It just annoys me.
Let's kick Soccer AM out of football, apart from Tubes, because he's all right. Is that all right?
Yeah, definitely. The worst thing they did, which wasn't their fault, was that whole easy trying. They didn't expect it to carry on everywhere.
Do you know, the only thing I ever really liked on Soccer AM was when they had that Save Chip campaign.
Yeah, I like the Save Chip campaign.
Because all of my mates, because it was like Save Chip, Don't Let Sarah Win, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I'm married to somebody called Sarah, so all of my mates used to have a campaign, Save Chidge, don't let Sarah win, because they've met my wife.
Did Sarah win?
Yeah, always. That's why they had a campaign to save Chidge.
How long ago was that Save Chid?
Quite well.
About 15 years
Yeah.
ago. was it?
Anyway, enough of that,
Chidge?
because I'm getting told off in the gallery. What?
Do you know how they pronounce Guinness in French?
Guinness.
No.
Quants.
Guinness.
Quiz. That's how I say it when I've had a few.
Yeah, exactly.
He's already told you we're getting to the PS3
All right.
a little bit.
Nominations for the Guinness moment are, number one, Schürrle's fantastic turn. It happened very early on in the game. You have to blink if you missed it.
Yes.
Willian put a ball down. Schürrle did his brilliant turn. I loved it.
It was great.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Second...
I clapped.
I went, ooh, which is the whole point of
I
the Guinness
clapped and
moment.
cheered.
Second is Willian's fantastic goal. I mean, his feet were so quick to shift it just to the right, and he knew exactly what he's doing, and he bent it just inside the right stick. What a goal! What a Brazilian goal too. Tekers, mate. Yeah. Unbelievable Tekers. Anyway, lastly, and by no means least, I think Salah's goal definitely deserves a nomination. Not least because of Matic's great run into the penalty box, and then he put a lovely ball right across it, and Salah walloped it.
It's a bit of a Salah loving, isn't
He
it?
hauled it,
today, really.
he
I mean,
really
it wasn't
got
a great goal. He just sort of kicked it at the goal.
He
It
walloped
went in.
it. Yeah, but the goalkeeper
kept it
saved
down,
it.
kept his head over the ball.
That's
All
true,
the right
it's true. But
things.
nonetheless, I mean, come on.
It was a good goal, but it was a good goal.
Not as good
it was
as
nice
Willian's
to see
goal.
Matic getting up that far
Yeah,
forward.
it's true.
So for me, that's more of a group goal than an
That's
individual goal. Whereas Willians was just outstanding individual ability. So I think the Salah goal is definitely worth a nomination.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay, it's going to come third, though.
We shall see.
I think it will.
We shall see.
You've got to
What does
admire-
Frankie think? Frank on the bench is where it's going to come, do you think?
Yeah, well, that's
Frankie?
the benches first. What do you, Frankie, what do you reckon?
With what?
What was your Guinness moment, Frankie? Would it have been
My Guinness
Salah's
moment?
goal, Willian's goal?
Willian's goal
Schürrle's?
was excellent. I liked Willian's goal the best, but my personal favorite, Frank Lampard, stepping up and doubling up on that penalty, making sure it went in. That was great to me because
It would have been brilliant had it been nominated.
Yes. But
Yeah, we've only got three. You have to
I
be
have
on
to
three
mention
nominated. So it's three nominated. It's Willian's goal, I suppose, for you then, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
Willian's
right.
goal first.
General consensus on the benches, Willian's goal?
Yeah.
You're a very sensible lot. You're going to go for Willian's goal?
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I admire your defence of Salah's goal because it was a good team build-up and everything else, and he did take the goal well and everything, but yeah, just the placement and everything from Willian's goal was brilliant. As much as I hate to, this is the third one, I think it's the first one I've agreed with Jonathan, but I would say Willian's goal was a better finish. Yeah. The other one's a better team.
All right, fair enough. Smart, what are you going to go for?
Yeah, I like Willian's goal.
You like Willian's goal?
I did like Willian's goal, yeah.
Well, I don't think the Guinness moment is supposed to be about goals.
No, it's
supposed
not.
to be about moments.
But the trouble is, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Normally, I do notes when
you're watching the game.
Yeah, I do, and my iPhone,
Yeah.
which is really, sad, but it's true because I can't remember.
What's wrong with a piece of paper?
Do you know
and
what I
a
did
pen?
this week? I was so battered before I got to the match that I basically stopped writing them after. I wrote two things down: Schürrle's turn, and then Aspie losing his boot. And then I gave up because I couldn't be bothered. I was too busy, just having a laugh. So I didn't write any notes. And I can't remember if I saw any moments of sublime skill, unbelievable techers, which is supposed to qualify for Guinness moment. So I had to pick on the obvious things.
I'm glad you're sharing this with the group, I have to say.
I'm sorry, people. What can I say?
Yeah, but no.
What are you going to go for?
No, but I think that Schürrle's turn is a true Guinness moment.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought it was completely fabulous.
Don't deny it. And Willian's goal.
But it's a goal.
Superb skill.
Yeah, it was. But nonetheless, there was something else.
Do you know what the definition of a Guinness moment is?
Yeah, tell me.
A definition of a Guinness moment is basically a moment in the game that makes me personally kind of go, ooh, a bit like
Indeed. But I felt that the Willian goal, you could almost see it coming, whereas the Schürrle
That's kind of what I'm talking about.
The Schürrle moment was just superb.
Yeah.
And I actually put my newspaper down.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of you getting moist, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
it is. Yeah, very similar.
Nearly spilled your gin and
Can
tonic.
Can I reveal what the winners are?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
I bet you Schürrle came third.
Yeah, but
Do you know what, Darren?
I'm sure he did.
I know you can see that, but even so,
11%.
Credit where credit's due. It proves
I'd
you
say
can read.
between 10 and 12%.
What?
11. Well,
Schürrle came third.
11%. Schürrle third. 11%. Salah's goal, 19%. Which means Willian's goal, proper, 70%. Rollicking, definitely smashed it. Deserved to. Superb moment. Made everybody go ooh, like they had.
And the remarkable thing is that they add up to 100. So that's good.
So there you go. Right now, last but by no means least, it's time for our celery moment. I have to be honest. I'll be really honest with you here. Celery moment's always my favourite moment of the week because I like a bit of silliness and stupidity. or proper Chelteness, it has to be said. It's not just all about silliness. Yeah. But I think this week was no exception for the Stoke game. I never have any trouble picking celery moments.
I agree. I like all three, actually.
All right, shall I
I'm glad I've seen them because it gave me a chance to think about them.
Shall I tell the audience what they are?
Yeah, go on.
OK, the first one was brilliant. Basically, Aspie got into a tackle with whom I can't remember, and then kind of surfaced from a melee of bodies. And it was only then that I realised that he was without his bright orange boot.
Which was yards away.
And being the player that he is, and he's like a terrier, I love him. He just like headed after the bloke with the ball with one boot on.
He did.
With one boot on.
Right, it was a wonderful moment.
And he would have like tackled it. He wouldn't have cared.
Did I tell you he's my player of the year?
Well, I'm thinking he might be mine. Yeah. But the great thing is, I mean, I was a bit worried because just think if he'd have run into Charlie Adam, he'd have been in trouble then, wouldn't he? But I thought that was brilliant. I like
Charlie Adam wasn't on at that point. I don't think.
Well, you know what I mean.
But yeah, I thought it was. I knew that was going to be one of the nominations. As soon as it happened, I thought that's going to get my vote. As soon as I saw it.
Now the other thing that was absolutely brilliant, apart from Ashley Cole we haven't seen for a long, long time. And it was great to see him come back and play for Chelsea. But what was even better was that in his absence, he's decided to adopt a Mr. T, B.A. Barabbas look.
Baracus.
I'm loving that beard, Ash. I'm loving that beard. I ain't getting on no plane, fool. I love him. Look at that. He is Mr. T, isn't he?
Who was that?
I ain't getting on no plane. It's Mr. T.
Yeah.
Don't you call me no fool.
Yeah.
I pity you, fool.
So what about the Snickers? He does a Snickers, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right. With the
get some nuts!
On the football pitch. Yeah.
Get some nuts! Get some nuts!
Yeah, that's right.
I love him. Ashley Cole is Mr. T. I'm loving that beard. It's brilliant. Anyway, and last but by no means least, I think this deserves an absolute nomination. But the first time for a long time.
6 years.
Be interesting to hear, exactly. Be interesting to hear what Darren has to say about it, because Darren is the man for the Matthew Harding upper flags. But finally, the Shed End have turned up to the party with a lovely flag of their own. Yep. Look at that. There you go. And it looks lovely, actually, I have to be honest. And it's, we need that, don't we?
I completely agree. Ross was saying, actually, after the game that he felt actually lifted the atmosphere in the Shed End as well.
Yeah, I bet it did, as we always said it does, And I think we have to we have to thank Richard Weeks from the Shed Upper campaign, for Atmosphere campaign for that. He's done brilliantly.
Fed.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so there we go. Those are our nominations very, very quickly, because as always, running out of time.
We have both flags in the Matthew Harding this year.
It's just a very quick... Right,
so go for it.
So I said to the steward, Emma, who's like the head steward in the Shed, and I said, do you know about this new surfer flag we've got? And she said, I've just found out about it. There's these two women with her in their 60s or so, and they were asking what it was. They're two Chelsea supporters about going to stadium. And they said, what's this about? And I said, they've got a new flag going overhead in their Shed End, Shed Upper. Do you know what the two of them said?
No.
Even my mum agreed that she thought they were going to moan. It's not a sexist thing or a stereotype. Everyone thought they were going to moan about having a flag above their head. They said it's about bloody time that Matthew Harding ain't get everything we
get. Yes! That is worth a nomination. Yeah, absolutely. If I'd have known that, I'd have nominated that.
Yeah, well, I was going to do what you do and lump it in with the Shed End flag.
Yeah, we'll do
and
that.
the whole thing with it. I mean, Ross said it raised the atmosphere.
Come on, we got
happy. The Shed End flag.
We got a minute.
The Shed End flag.
Shed End flag. Quick, no time for talking. We got to go. Come on. Yes.
I got my own, but never mind.
No, but it doesn't count then. Benches, very quickly. Flag. All right, so what are the results then, gallery? 12% for the Shed End flag. Oh! Disappointing. That's in third place. Second place, 41% for Aspie playing with one boot.
Oh, Mr. T won it.
Come on.
Whoa, it's tight. 47% for Ashley Cole is Mr. T. I voted for that, actually.
That would be my third. I liked it as well, but I didn't my third vote.
Hey, it's been great. Good bunch of fannies this week. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Try and get a flag for the East Stand.
I think we should. We should have
a very little flag.
It should have a deer stalk on it. We got to go. We'll be back in a minute after this very short break, and we'll be talking about PSG. We'll see you in a second.